Morning everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk. It's Des here. Just by a very misty, murky, as we say in Nottingham, River Trent. Whilst it is that way, it's looking very festive as well. And of course, on Christmas Eve, it's as important as ever to get up and about what we do, but to make some time for some activity. Like everyone else, I've got a really busy day ahead. Cleaning, shopping, little bits and bobs, not too much. Family coming over, so really looking forward to that. You know, plenty to do, like I say, but I wouldn't go without this. I wouldn't go without getting up. Need it for an extra reason today as well, as has been the case in the last few weeks. One or two too many drinks. So I went to meet my friend yesterday, my best mate, you know, and it's supposed to be a quiet one, but we don't see each other that often. And I asked him to be my best man at the wedding next year, you know, and we just got a little bit sort of excited in each other's company. Had one too many drinks, you know, and ended up getting home really late. So a little bit hungover, but again, it's just another benefit to getting up and about, isn't it? You know, the fresh air this morning is making me feel real good. It's still relatively early. It's still really calm. Whilst it is calm and early, there's lots of people about, so that's fantastic to see. But for me, you know, the initial benefit is just clearing my head a little. It's not particularly cold, despite the big bobble hat. It's not particularly cold, but it's just great, like I say, to be out. And it gives me a chance, doesn't it, to sort of process everything I'm going to do, put in order how Christmas is going to pan out. We all build it up in our own mind, you know, and if we do it properly, you know, I talk about this every weekend, but if we kind of process everything, realise, sort of compartmentalise and put it in order of what we need to do and when we need to do it and how we need to go about it, you know, it tends to just work out exactly as we planned. And that's all we want at this time of year, isn't it? We just want a couple of days to enjoy the festivities, you know, enjoy other people and just be really happy. I spoke on yesterday's Thursday Thoughts about being happy and content, being around people that I love spending time with. Of course, seeing my mate last night, like I say, whilst he is my best mate, there's no doubt about that. You know, we don't see each other for months on end. So again, it's a great opportunity at Christmas to kind of make those things happen, isn't it? You know, and that's what I've been doing this week. Whilst viewers might think, God, he's been out again, you know, he's done this, he's done that, you know, I purposely do that. I make a point of doing it. You know, I spoke on Wednesday about having to be in a certain place for my mum's birthday and celebrations like that, because that's all part of it now for me. It's not an hindrance, it's not something that stresses me out. Kind of lap it all up, make the absolute most of it. I say that every single day on DOdaily. You know, it's a phrase that you could coin to this thing, but it's the time of year, isn't it, to absolutely do that. And in preparing like that, you know, of course there's got to be some kind of reconciling of what's gone before. You know, I was having a really sort of deep conversation earlier in the week about that, you know, one of these occasions where I'd gone out after a busy day, you know, and I'd not had a chance to sort of, because I got up and was busy again, I'd not had a chance to sort of think things through. It kind of leaves you in a bit of an uneasy, anxious place. It does me anyway. I don't know if everybody's the same, but until you get that chance to think back, you know, and realise what you enjoyed, take it all in, you know, understand why you did what you did, or why you said what you said. You know, sometimes we can't really move forward. So as ever, Friday, you know, the last Friday before Christmas, Christmas Eve, is a perfect time to look back, not just on yesterday, but the week so far. And all I've been trying to be is positive. Again, after it not quite worked a couple of weeks ago, really tried to kick in and encourage people to really embrace the Christmas spirit. You know, do exactly what we can, not worry too much about what we can't. You know, again, it comes back to that thing about making the most. And I've just tried to find ways personally as well. This week on Tuesday I spoke about positive self-talk, and doing what we need to do. I'm not the best at that all the time. Some people might look at me and go, whatever. But the reality is I'm not the best at that. But again, this is all part of sort of putting it out there, putting it out to others, finding a little bit of confidence to come on and say the things I do. Whether I get it right all the time is questionable, but there you go, that's that thing about self-talk. And then I found a way yesterday of coming live from a crowded environment. So there's lots for me to be really positive about. Lots of things that have dawned on me this week, that have helped me and get to a position I'm at now. Whilst I need to blow away a few cobwebs this morning, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to Christmas. Whatever is happening, we all know it's better than the last one already. The restrictions placed on us this time last year were incredible, really. Things that we never thought would happen, were stopping us do the things we want, see the people we want, and at least now, where I am anyway, I've got that opportunity. I've got an opportunity, I've done what I need to do in terms of getting all these vaccinations, sticking to the rules as best I can, I do question them, don't get me wrong. I'm not somebody who believes in absolutely everything that's said to us, but again, that's for another day, isn't it? Right now, it's about just doing absolutely what we can. And whilst I don't really like to talk about COVID, of course, it's there, isn't it? I don't want to use terms like the new normal, because that's crap really, isn't it? But it is part of everyday life at the moment, so it's going to play its part. And all I want to kind of do, the reason I am bringing it in today, is just reassure those who are stressing that they can still take something from this time of year. I understand not everybody sees it the way I do. We've all got a difference of opinion. Again, it's what I'm trying to encourage through DOdaily. But it's a time of year to think of others, isn't it, who are not quite in the same place, whether it's because of COVID, whether it's their personal circumstances. Not everybody sees this as the happy and wonderful time it is. And it can be to the contrary, really, can't it? Because it can be the worst time of year for some people, and it's important to understand that, and just be a little bit mindful. And that's all I'm trying to be. Of course, I don't have to do DOdaily, but if somebody somewhere takes something from it and a little bit of comfort, that's absolutely fantastic. All I'm trying to do is find ways of being positive myself, talking through this platform to those that might not be, and they might not even be aware of it, probably not be aware of it. But again, there's little things we can do without this kind of thing, without somebody tuning into YouTube. We can all just be that little bit mindful of where other people are at. And I think that's important for me to remember. There's in a time where I am talking about being probably at my happiest, and my most content in life, because of the decisions I've made this year. I don't know why, it probably just made me reflect a little bit on a time when I wasn't happy and content at Christmas, and I look back to that, and it's not a nice place to be. So I'm going to try and do whatever I can, send a few messages, touch base, because I think that's really, really important. Whilst I don't drill the mental health message home through this, it is a personal vlog, but ultimately it's to try and improve the mental health of myself and others. It's important, isn't it, just to remember. I've kind of gone away from what I started talking about there, but it is an important message that we need to just remember those who aren't quite as fortunate. I find myself wanting to buy every homeless person a coffee, and I've done it a few times. I'm not looking for sort of big credit for that or shout out, but it's just those little things sometimes, isn't it? I always say the easiest thing we can do to make ourselves feel better at times is get ourselves a hot drink or a glass of water, as simple as that. That's all it needs for us personally, of the right mind to think about that and to be able to just go to the kettle or the tap and get a drink. But some people haven't got that luxury. So without making it negative, just really wanted to say, you know, just spare that thought for others. I don't want it to sort of overtake what you're doing. Like I say, we've all got our plans, we're all looking forward to putting bad times behind us, but you know, it is a time for goodwill, you know, and I try and sort of do that. I try and put out sort of every day of the year. People will question me, you know, people say I do it for this reason, that reason, but seriously, I really don't care, you know. I'm not just saying that being flippant for the camera, you know. If I'm worried what people thought these days, I wouldn't do half the things, you know. Here I am talking about what we can do to support others, to support ourselves, you know, and just offer that little bit of consideration to those who might be struggling. And if we can do that today, you know, we can get out for some activity. We're giving ourselves the best opportunity. We're giving ourselves an absolutely amazing chance of having a great Christmas. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Not too much in today. No Christmas special like last year. What I will do is I'll link to that. It was a bloopers, but it was a bloopers episode. I don't tend to stop and start anymore, so there's no real bloopers. I just carry on if I get it wrong. So I'm really got nothing to show in that sense, but I'll put the link to it. It was last year when I was getting everything wrong and I was getting stressed and having to start again. But one thing I can take is I find a little bit of progress, you know, in the fact it doesn't concern me. Like I said before, what I say, it's out there, got nothing to hide, nothing to be worried about, just trying to be the best possible version of myself, you know, and that's all I can try. If we do that, you know, we can go into absolutely anything feeling pretty pleased with ourselves. If we think of others and give out when we can, you know, that just adds even more to it, doesn't it? So for me, guys, please like the video, please subscribe. I'm looking for those 200, really trying to push on, you know, and make this a little bit better. Mentioned yesterday on Thursday thoughts, a few changes for the new year, but more than anything, thank you for watching. Thank you for all those that continually support, get behind what I do, you know, and thank you to those who will be looking out for others. That's the most important thing. Merry Christmas, have an absolute good one. Just doing it.